Fentanyl deaths are becoming an all too familiar pattern and across the United States. One mom is on a mission to prevent fentanyl from plaguing other families, as it has done to her own. Joe Dean was just 23 years old when he lost his life to a fentanyl overdose 4 years ago. Lisa Dean is the founder of Demand Zero. It's a foundation in Joe's memory that works to raise awareness of the fatal drug. Lisa joins us now. Welcome, and thank you so much for coming on as we're taking a look at photos of your son, Joe. We're so sorry for your loss, and we've heard of many families in similar positions to your own. If you could take us back to that terrible, terrible day for your family.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Well, it was back in 2018, and Joe had been sober for months and somehow was triggered and found drugs probably within 20 minutes of leaving home. In our small city called New Haven here in Connecticut. I got that phone call, that year over 1,200 of Connecticut citizens received that my son was being rushed to the hospital with a weak heartbeat. He hung on for 3 days because he was a donor. The shock is still alive and well, and it's pushing me forward to do all I can to help those that still have time.
Wow, I can't even imagine that phone call, how your heart would have dropped in that moment. And again, you're thinking about the life that your son had lived up until that point. He was an athlete. I mean, oh my God, a multi-sport athlete, as we were going through the photos there. Tell me about his background in athleticism and really, I understand there's a connection between your son and a current Philadelphia Eagles player, Jack Driscoll. Tell me about that.
Yes. Well, that Joe was a gifted athlete. There's no doubt about it. He played all through high school and into college. And Jack Driscoll, Philadelphia Flyers player, and Joe were friends in high school. And Jack called me last year to ask if he could wear Demand Zero cleats on my Cleats My Cause Day. And of course, we were overjoyed. And he did it again this year. And to my knowledge, he is the only professional football player right now talking about the illicit fentanyl national security crisis that we have on hand.
Wow, that's incredible. And I know you're reaching out clearly to national organizations, news media outlets to get out the word. Tell me about the foundation Demand Zero and what's really the goal of the organization.
Well, Demand Zero was started right after Joe went away, actually, because we had thought, what if Joe had had a little more time to make a decision? What if he couldn't find those drugs so quickly? So our mission became providing resources for law enforcement to fight drug trafficking along the shoreline, as well as the cities, as well as statewide.
Wow.
And to that end, we have been donating. For instance, we donated 3 drug detection canine dogs to the New Haven Police Department, as well as a canine police cruiser. And we've had some legislation signed into law with the help of other nonprofits in the state. And there's a lot of initiatives in the works as we speak, including getting more and more of our state leaders to write to President Biden and ask for the classification of a weapon of mass destruction for illicit fentanyl.
Mm-hmm. And we know it's been used as a weapon against, as I said, members of families all across this nation. Lisa Dean, thank you so much for coming on. Again, we've got the website at the bottom of the screen there and sharing your son Joe's story. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me. Take care.